Welcome to Trading Lounge and the US indices, the S&P 500 here on the monthly chart, and in a nutshell we're looking at wave 3 here with an A and a B and a C wave here for wave 4, and then we're looking up here for wave 5 here, and within this structure here we're looking for 5 waves, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 of primary degree, and then up for wave 5 here. Between wave 4 and wave 5 here we're looking for 5 waves of intermediate degree. So we've got 1, 2, and we're looking for the top of wave 3 to play out here now, and then wave 4. So on the weekly chart, picking it up from this wave 4 here, this wave, wave 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then coming into this section here, so of intermediate degree here, we're looking at 1 and 2 here, and all the way up for wave 3 here. So we're looking at this top here now, and then an A and a B and a C for wave 4 here of intermediate degree, pulling back to the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree. Or the other way to look at this too, in a bit of a nutshell, is the 38.2, oops, a little bit high in here. So the 38.2 comes very close to the wave 4 here as well. So that gives us a little bit of confidence in that particular target area there, but we can zoom in on that later. So really we're looking for the top of intermediate wave 3 here. So on the daily chart, let's pick it up from wave 4 here. So from this wave 4 here, we've been looking at 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and then we're moving up into wave 5 here. And wave 5, we had a target of 2700 or 2720 roughly, in that space there. So tops don't always finish nice and neat and tidy, depending on which market is sort of leading to the upside, which particular stocks. Is it the NASDAQ or the banks, and so on and so on. So picking it up from this wave 4 here on the 4-hour chart here, this little wave 4 here, we'd been working through this as wave 1 and 2 here, and then all the way up for 3 here, and nearly an expanded flat for wave 4 here as an A and a B and a C wave. An expanded flat takes out the top of wave 5 here, and also takes out the low of wave A here. But wave A was a little bit of a spike here, so it was a little bit difficult to read, but normally it would pull back to this wave 4 of 1 lesser degree here, so that's why I still like to call it an expanded flat, because as an A and a B and a C wave here. And then from this wave 4 here, we're looking up for wave 5 here. So I think we can go to the hourly chart or the tick chart here. So from this wave 4 here now, we were looking, well, I was looking at wave 1 and 2 here, and all the way up for 3 here, and then back for 4 here, and then looking up for wave 5 here. We can see that this market has turned lower from this particular point here. So it is possible that we can have a top in play here. So if we pick it up on the tick chart from wave 4 here, this wave 4, up to this area through here, just on the 100 ticks here. So this wave 4 now, it does count quite nicely as being completed up there now as wave 1 and 2, then all the way up for 3 here. Wave 2 is normally sharp here, but it was more sideways here, so that means wave 4 is normally sideways, but in this case here we've got the reverse of that. We've got sideways here and sharp here. So it does appear that we've got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and wave 5 up here, finishing and making a top here. So I may be wrong, and there may be another little high coming in here, but we would need to see 5 waves down here first, and it's not like we're going to miss much. So we will look at, I can't draw on this side of the tick chart, but in a nutshell, what we need to see now to help confirm it is we need to see 5 waves down, and then we also need to see a counter trend back up of 3 waves, and we'll pick that up on the charts from here on in, because this will be the last video for the year. And so if you see the 5 waves down, then 3 waves back up, then we can look to short through that line here. But shorting through that line, just remember that there's always a process to moving through that line. There's the support, then bounce, and then move through it, and then can reach, test it, and then move down here again. So just remember that little pattern when you're looking at that. But it will be something of this nature here, and we'll pick it up on the chart. Or I can't draw on that side, but 5 down and 3 back up, and then we'll look to short it there. I will do, you know, if it's timely, then I'll send a chart out, you know, based on this particular video here. But in the meantime, be prepared for another move to the upside until we have the evidence there. When I take a look across at the NASDAQ, I'm still one short, still one more wave short here for the NASDAQ. And the NASDAQ has been something that I've used quite strongly in the later stages of this trend moving up here. So in this particular case here, if I can just clean this up a little bit here. So, yeah, that's pretty much what we're looking for in this instance here, as an A and a B and a C here, pulling back to the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree here as well, which is wave 4 here. So we're still one more wave short here. That's why I'm not totally sort of clear on this one here. And yeah, so we'll just see on this one. And also the DJ as well here. Let's have a quick look at that. So the DJ here too, just on the hourly chart, we're looking at wave 3, an A and a B and a C for wave 4 here, and then also looking for this move up here into the 25 area through here as well. So I had pointed out earlier as a bit of a long trade in this space here, based on the top of support on top of group 1 here, 1, 2 and 3 and hundreds here, 300, and moving up. So we can move the stop up here. You can even move it up tighter from this point now as well, really, because there still may be you know, another move down into this space and another move up into here. But it's the same thing here as well. If we see 5 waves down into this space here, rather than 3 waves, if we get 3 waves down to this point here, then we know that it's corrective as such. And we'll make one more high up here, and then we can look to short up here when we get this as the resistance here and a trigger on that side here. But otherwise, this 5 waves down here, and be the same as the S&P 500, and put a line through there, and if that's breached, then you can move to the downside from that point. But we are looking for a much larger correction at this medium level here at 25,000. All right, I'll just leave it at that, and we'll just gather a little bit more evidence on the S&P 500. It does appear that some of the banks can still move higher, and there's some of the drivers as well. So we're not quite ready to short just yet. But in terms of our short equity trades for New York as well, as you notice that we've only got 2 or 3 trades there at the moment. So we'll normally carry 10 or maybe even more, and the same for the UK as well. So really I've just been waiting for this turn to fall into play here, and we've also got Christmas as well, so there'll be lower volume in that period as well. So yeah, but make no mistake, I will be looking at short trades for the US and the European markets, and also the Australian markets as well. But we're just tightening up for the turn, and we've been doing that for a week or so now. All right, cheers.